Yo, what is up YouTube? Partywaffles here. Today, I'm making a special video for you guys. I've done this kind of video before. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my solo shuffles, the game that got me 2400. It was actually a 6-0 game, so this is a 6-0 into rank 1 range. I'm going to explain what I'm doing, break it down, basically VOD review my own gameplay so you guys can see what I'm thinking, what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to achieve, everything like that. So hopefully it makes it easier for you guys to replicate it. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. I'm going to be playing my normal cookie cutter build. Everything like that. I'm not actually playing A-bomb in this round, but yeah, let's just take a look here. So just playing everything normal, right? Silence, Doomburst, basically just the usual. What I'm fighting is going to be Demo, Warlock, Ellie Shaman, BM Hunter. So everything looks good there. This is about a 23:30 lobby. Let's go ahead and jump right into this now. Take a sip of the coffee for the extra energy, and let's go. So off the rip, I'm just going to be going in, and I'm going to be looking to ramp up. I might drop a defile. Okay, I do. See how they're all stacked? I drop a defile to slow everybody, right? It's an AoE slow. So I drop the defile, and then I'm ramping up. Just normal rotation here. But you'll notice one thing, okay? So I Scourge Strike one wound that I have applied from the Death and Decay, or from the defile, just so that I can proc my Plaguebringer right away and get one wound on the target, right? So what you'll see is I Unholy Assault there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Scourge Strike one time here. Scourge Strike one time, so he has 2 wounds. And then when I press Apocalypse here, instantaneously he has 6 wounds. So I have all my pets out right now. I'm on this guy. I got full wounds in this guy. And I'm basically just chunking right now. So there's a Totem of Wrath there, right? If he didn't just kill it for me, I would have killed the Totem of Wrath because it's going to make the Shaman do a lot of damage. But basically that's what's going on right now, right? So textbook opener. We got everything ramped up. We got the wounds. We got everything ready to go. I might pop my Dark Iron for extra damage too. But yeah, so what's going to be going on there is I'm trying to get the Pally on top of them, right? So I have everything set up. I got all my CDs out, and I'm just trying to cleave. So that's why I gripped the Pally there. Stupa was going for a trap at the same time, so he got the trap. But I was basically going to grip blind that guy. And I might blind here. Okay, so right there, slight misplay. I gripped the Shaman and I blind, right? If I had just waited 3 more seconds, I could have blinded the Pally out of that into a silence. But yeah, that's basically there. So if I could go back, I think I just said that too. But yeah, that was a slight misplay right there. But yeah, so that's what I would have done. Silence the Pally there. And yeah, so I'm basically just PvEing, right? I'm just doing my damage rotation, nothing too crazy here. So I swapped to the Pally for a second when the lock goes away because I had no mobility to connect to the lock there, right? So I just decided to hit the Pally for a second. Stop the tyrant there. Again, you'll notice I used zone early because I'm just trying to get some value for it. But yeah, so let's keep going. He bopped tyrants, this guy. I swap on the bop for a second because I can't really hit through it except for with my dots and coil. Nothing too crazy going on right now though, right? It's just pretty standard. If, again, one thing I could have done there is kill the Totem of Wrath. I had a second there to dot it while I was out. I could have killed that. But there it is. I go opt to kill it there. Anyways, so the misplay right there because I couldn't stop the searing. But again, I'm basically just going for the lock the whole time, right? I'm just going for the lock and just doing normal DK stuff. Trying to maximize my whole kit. He ports, I grip it instantly. You just got to counter the mobility. Like the lock ports, you grip. The lock gates, you grip, right? But I'm just chopping this guy up, right? Nothing too special. I'm probably going to grip the Pally into a blind here. I have a grip blind. It's I did do it right there. See, I was thinking about opting and waiting for a second to try to get a triple, but it wasn't worth it. I just sent the double. So against this kind of thing, I don't really have to swap, right? Like, I really don't need to swap. I can just kind of stay pushed in on the lock the whole time, grip him again. So this lock is making a big mistake here, right? He's playing within range of his port and, like, in line of his port. So his port is doing nothing. He's basically misplaying every time. Because every time he ports, I just grip it instantly for free, and it does nothing at all. So that's why this seems really easy. If the lock port is port LOS, then I wouldn't be able to do that, and he could actually get away. But yeah, nothing special here that we need to do. He walls, and he's going to die soon. Just tab. I might tab the Pally on the wall. I might not. My Hunter Turtle is good. Yeah. So we opt not to tab to the Pally because the guy's so low. I'm just trying to keep everything going. Just keep all my stacks up. Keep my Death Rot. Keep everything. Try to keep my Death Rot here. Damn, this is a damp game. Holy. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about here, right? Like, I'm just trying to set up AoE blinds, and I'm just trying to cleave as much as possible. Like, see how they, as soon as the Warlock stacks with the Pally, I just instantly drop a defile and start cleaving, right? That's the main thing. I'm always looking for cleave, and I'm looking for AoE CC, and I'm looking to keep my dots up and land kicks. That was really, this one's really close because that guy, he had a precog right there, so I couldn't grip him as soon as he gated, which almost cost us the game. So be very careful with precog, especially in deep dampening. Yeah, the Pally's just keeping scav like crazy. We win right here, though, I'm pretty sure. He reflects, we just go in and melee it, and he's dead. Okay, beauty. So, and that was that, right? Again, nothing too crazy there. You just have to take use of everything in your kit. Your grips, use them correctly, use your defile correctly, cleave at the right times, everything like that. Let's go to the next round here. So it's going to be Lock DK. Lock DK, all right? I switched the AMS team talent to the physical talent because I don't really need to AMS my teammates as much here because there's a BM Hunter. So we're going to be going in. I'm going to be going the Ellie Shaman here, okay? I'm more than likely going to just be going Ellie Shaman to try and stop his damage. He instant casts a lot of spells, so it's not really going to stop the most of it, but I think Ellie's a better target than the BM Hunter, personally. Yeah, I just typed E. Again, one thing, try to type a strat for your teammates too sometimes, right? Like, I typed E just so the guy knows we're going to go the Shaman. But again, it's the same kind of deal, right? I don't know how that blind didn't hit the Mistweaver, but basically what happened there was I ramped up, I tried to get them together and triple blind them, and that's kind of like what I always do more or less, right? I ramp up, try to get them together for a triple and start going. Sometimes I can get all the CDs out before the grip blind, sometimes I can get half of them out. It just depends on the situation and the positioning. But so since these people were in a nice position for a triple, I just went for it. I don't know how it missed on the guy, but still. So I know how I just said we're going Shaman, right? But sometimes you just got to play off positioning, right? If the Shaman pushes back into Africa, I don't always want to just chase him back. Right here, we kill the Totem of Wrath. I should probably zone this right now. If I have, like, maybe I should have zoned this 1 or 2 globals ago, but we'll see. I think I probably press it. Yep, I do press it. Good. So you want to zone the CDs. Go in there. So this is the gist of it, right? Go in there, ramp up, get everyone together, triple grip line, start cleaving, and then zone their cooldowns, right? That's what you're going to be looking for in the opener. Get your stuff going, cancel their stuff, and that's it. Like, as DK right now, if you don't do all this stuff, you'll lose. You have to do everything in your kit. Everything in your kit. So I'm also going to start to... Okay, they just overlapped hard. That's going to cost them. So it's big Shaman cooldowns right here. So I trade the Icebound Fortitude, right? Primordial Wave, a lot of stuff going on. We trade the IBF right here. My guy's also in a Hex. So it's going to be a big value IBF. But we have a lot of damage coming up. This guy's not going to have Wall or Cocoon. So he's going to be in big trouble. We just need to live here. Just Death Striking off the pets, right? Don't be afraid to Death Strike off pets if you need to. Do not be afraid to Death Strike off pets. But, so... See how, even though he had Cocoon and Wallop for a second, I was hitting him for like the last 3 seconds, right? That's because I'm just pre-preparing everything that I need, right? Like, got the wounds going on. I'm just trying to start prepping for the Cocoon and stuff to fall off. Right here. Ooh, he grounds my thing. That was good. I should have expected that. So right here, the healer and the hunter aren't dotted. So I pretty much can guarantee you within the next couple of globals, if they stack, I'm going to go for a double dot. I might not be able to get the double dot. We'll see. I guess I just go for the signals. There we go. I double up those two. So you want to try to prioritize that, right? So if, say, a couple people are undotted or your dot's about to fall off on somebody, but you know in a couple seconds those people are going to stack, don't individually dot them, right? Like, even if you miss 1 second of dot uptime, but if people are going to stack and you can get a double or a triple in 1 second, it's like, just wait for that. And save yourself the globals because then you can press an extra coil or something else. Right here, I have a triple blind, okay? I don't have a grip for it, though, so I might send it on these people double, or I might wait for the grip. We'll see. Okay, I didn't. I opted to just pre-blind the Primordial Wave and all the pets, so that was good. But yeah, that's what you got to think. Like, when it comes down to windows like that, it's like you're going down a road, right? And there's 2 options. You can go right or you can go left. Going right is blinding all these pets, all this shit on his Totem of Wrath Primordial Wave. Or going left is waiting 7 seconds and then trying to go for a triple. But the thing is, if you wait the 7 seconds for the triple... You're not blinding the Primordial Wave and all the damage. And the monk can just shrink it instantly anyways. And potentially there's a chance they're not even stacked anymore. So you got to think, like, sometimes it might not be the highest value compared to a triple, but like, are you going to be able to get the triple even is the thing if they're perfectly stacked for you. So you got to think those situations through. I like to just take them when they're handed to me, right? But again, we're just PvEing this guy. Like, this is kind of an easy lobby for DK in a way because you don't really have to swap so much at all, really. There's no Ardruid or anything like that. Grounding Totem. Kill the Grounding Totem. I guess I tried to click it and it misclicked or something, but he dies. Again, I'm not doing anything like super groundbreaking or anything like that. It's just I'm blinding at good times. I'm swapping very little when needed, getting full value for things, right? It's nothing too crazy. Like, you guys can replicate this. All right, so let's see the next round here. So it's going to be Demo BM. So before this even starts, the thing about this lobby, or the strat here I'm going to be going for is just Demo Warlock, right? There's a caster and there's a hunter. I can't stop the hunter's damage, but I can stop the Demo Lock's damage, right? So I'm going to naturally just go for the Demo Lock. And yeah, again, I don't really have to swap too much. I want my team to push in and play on his port, okay? When I'm fighting against Warlocks, that's the main thing. We want to be pushed in, playing on their portal, and yeah, because then if they're on their port, like, so against really good Warlocks, this is what's going to happen. If you're not on their port, they're going to put their port behind the pillar. When you do something, they're going to port away behind the pillar, and you're not going to be able to connect, right? Because I can't grip through the pillar. But if we play on their port, then the only thing they can do to get away from me is gate. If they gate away, they're in my line of sight, I can grip them. So that's why it's good for me to play on their ports. True. All right, so same shit here, right? Like, you guys got to be understanding it now. You see me run in, I pop my army, I drop a defile for the slow, I pop my army, I pop everything, and then once they're set up, I'm going to grip this guy into a blind. There it is. I unholy assault this guy into a Scourge APOC, and there it is, right? It's like clockwork. Basically the same thing every time. And then I'm basically just PvEing this guy now. That's it. I'm just going to be PvEing this guy. I'm going to try to position myself close enough to the Mistweaver while hitting this guy that I can kick the Mistweaver on cooldown, ideally, in a best case scenario. Like right now, I go for the kick, miss it unfortunately, but that's what you want to try to do. So we get Cocoon here. I'm still hitting this guy. I have zone. I should zone my guy for the Tyrant right now. We'll see if I do. I get coiled though, so I can't. I'm kind of distracted talking to the stream right now, but that happens, but that does happen sometimes when you're streaming. But yeah. All right, so let's see. Right now, I'm just killing this guy, right? I'm just killing him, just DPSing. Nothing too crazy, just doing my rotation, trying to keep my dot up on everybody. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, this guy might die here. We go for the kill. I transfer my pet so that I can kick the healer in a second, maybe. Okay, he dies anyways through. So I had pet kick and silence for the healer there, and he has no trinket. So that guy basically guaranteed dies there. So just look for those windows. Try to do everything you can. But again, like, I'm not doing anything too crazy, right? Like, this is it. You just got to use everything in your kit, and that's basically all there is to it, right? Like, if you don't do everything and play, like, next to perfectly, you're probably going to lose. But let's go next round here. I don't know if I'll show all these rounds. I feel like it's kind of similar, but let's show it again here. So in the opener here, what are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do here? If you said go for the Warlock to try and stop more damage, you were correct. Let's go ahead and take a look here and see how it plays out. So I'm going to drop a Defile on everybody because they're perfectly stacked, and Defile applies wounds, it applies a slow, it does a lot of things. I get out, I ramp up here. One thing, maybe don't just do that, okay? I ramped up my pet while it was rooted. Kind of a misplay right there. That's a slight misplay right there, because now I can't get the Unholy Blight on the guy, so don't do that. Just wait till your pet's out of the root, okay? That's one thing to take away from that. I blind them in. I ramp up, I grip them in, I blind them in. Every round is the same, right? Just try to kill the totems. There's a Totem of Wrath there. I'm going to kill that. I could zone. There we go. I zone the Tyrant. Full zone the Tyrant. So that's what it comes down to, chat. Get your CDs out early. Get your go before them. And then get your zone down to defend yourself so you guys can play full aggro during all your damage. After this round, we'll skip to like the last round, but... Okay, so we get his Cocoon right there. So I'm going to swap on the Cocoon for a second here. I dot the healer. I go back to this guy. I have no Plaguebringer up right now, okay, but I'm going to get it up. See, I was just reapplying my dots on everybody. I'm getting my Plaguebringer here, and then I proc my Plaguebringer, and I'm just There's 2 seconds on Cocoon, right? So I'm going to prepare my wounds, prepare my dot, get everything reset up on this guy so we're ready to go, right? Get everything reset up on this guy so we're ready to go. He grounds right there. I'm ramping up during the ground. Missed my kick, unfortunately, but he might still die here. Anyways, I have my pet transformed. I can kick the healer in a second. I pet kick the healer right there into the Hodge, and there it is. So it's really important to maximize your kicks right now as DK, because we don't have, like, we have damage, but we don't really have kill potential. So if you're landing your kicks, though, it's going to create the kill potential that we're missing. So it's really important that you're positioning yourself so you can use your kicks as aggressive as possible, as much as possible. Like, that's going to be super imperative. The more kicks, the more pressure you're going to get. So you'll see that when I'm hitting the lock, I'm trying to kind of position myself close enough to the Mistweaver to kick him on cooldown, or at least to give him the threat of me kicking, so that he's going to be afraid and juke and everything like that. And this guy's going to die right here. Boom, dead. Okay. Okay, let's see the next one. So this is LEDK. Let's kind of just fast forward this one a bit. So we go in, same deal, right? Drop the defile, ramp up, same ramp up every time. I grip this guy back into the thing. I'm going to silence the pally off the sweep, full silence right there into that, and he just dies in the opener, right? Like, so this is easily, not necessarily easily because it's going to take muscle memory and everything like that, but this is very replicatable for you guys, right? I'm doing the same thing every time. And this is a triple caster lobby too. So let's just see how the final round plays out here, though. All right, so let's guess how the opener is going to go here. Right here, we're going to go for the Ellie Shaman again, okay? So Ellie Shaman, because we're going to stop more damage going the Ellie Shaman, and he's going to be easier to kill generally. That's going to be our main target. So we're going for him right here. A little bit of a different opener there, right? He was pushed up this time, so I couldn't get the defile opener. But I'm just playing around what's happening in the opener, right? So I'm going to dot that guy because I dotted the hunter there because he's not going to be triple stacked for me to get my dots on him. All right, I'm going to prioritize getting the pally stacked instead. So I'm ramping up right here. I kill his Totem of Wrath because he's about to start doing his damage. I could go ahead and throw a zone right here, but I'm kind of using all my globals offensively at the moment, which is not bad. But, I mean, zoning this guy right now would be a high-value global, but... okay, I do zone him. Good. So right now, looking at what's happening right now, we have blind. I have 2 grips. It looks to me like I'm going to grip this pally in right here into a blind, silence out. That's what I'm going to guess. I grip right here into a blind. Actually, I didn't mean to grip the hunter. I think something fucked up there. I think I went to focus grip and it didn't work. But I meant to grip the hunter into a blind there. So slight misplay that it didn't work. I think my grip glitched or something weird. I don't really know. But, okay, so even with that misplay there on the blind, we still managed to get the wall. He's going to Searing Glaze us. He doesn't actually go for the glaze. But yeah, so it was good. The opener was slightly scuffed, but we still got bop wall. We're still looking in really good position. I tabbed the hunter for a second, but he's bopped while I'm glazed. That's really good for us because it's kind of a waste of the bop. I kill the totem in a second here, and then I'm just going to be looking to kill this guy, right? Notice how I'm not really swapping, right? Like, you don't need to unnecessarily swap unless they drag you in a bad position or something like that. But in this lobby, I'm basically hard committed. And yeah, like, again, anytime they stack like this, I'm just going to be dropping a defile and just cleaving them down. I trade my IBF, but I mean, obviously I'm going to trade it so I can stay full aggro there, and these guys die pretty soon. He bubbles there. So sometimes you want to look for other targets, right? Like, say one guy walls or he bops that guy, right? You instantly want to tab to the next guy because then you can get 2 cooldowns, right? So instead of just getting one thing, we got bubble and bop there. So that's really good. If somebody presses a defensive, just look to the next guy and try and get a defensive from them too instantly. And like, you can pull 2 defensives for 1 offensive go and stuff like that. And that really adds up, right? Like, if the healer has to use a cooldown on somebody that isn't the kill target, then that's 1 less cooldown they have for the kill target, and you're going to get through the cooldowns faster. So if they press a defensive, generally just tab the next guy. It's pretty much over for these people, more or less. The writing's on the wall, right? The shaman has no wall. The pally has no bubble. The pally or the shaman is basically our main kill target at the moment. So we'll see what happens here. I think it's just going to be I think we're just going to run the shaman down. So by the time you get back to your second A-bomb and all your cooldowns, it's pretty much GG for them at that point, generally, right? That's generally when it's GG. I APOC this guy. And I'm just doing my normal PvP single target rotation on this guy right now, right? Get trapped. I have a silence. The pally has no trinket. So I'm probably going to redot this guy, silence the pally, and then drop it a file from a distance. Yep, I did. Perfectly. Okay, now we're going to tab the pally because he has no bubble. So just kill the pally. I'll silence out. He's dead. Pally dies. 3, 2. He should just die here. I grip him back maybe into a thing. He might live. He might live. But see, the only reason I even went for the pally there was because he has no bubble. So it was a good play. He could have died. If the pally had bubble there, we wouldn't try to even all in him like that at all, right? So you just got to play based around on what the cooldowns there is. So keeping with that, if you got to play based around the cooldowns that they have and don't have, that's going to mean that you're going to need an add-on to track them, right? Or you're going to be playing blind and you're going to be hitting the wrong stuff at the wrong time. So if you don't have Omnibar, you're going to have to get that after this video. But basically, there it is, boys. There we have it, okay? That was a 6-0 to 2,400, and this was like number 2 on the ladder at the time or something. So it was a pretty big game. But yeah, that's basically it. It's not like I'm doing anything groundbreaking. It's just like I'm consistently doing all the stuff that you're supposed to be doing, right? And that's what you guys need to do too. So look for kicks, try to position yourself to use your kicks on cooldown, everything like that. If you guys got any questions or anything, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. If this video helps you out, drop a like. And if you have any video ideas that you want to see, also let me know. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take it easy. Good luck in your queues. And don't give up on DK, guys. Listen, never give up.